So, yeah. And then just outside. I was talking about doing expat gigs, and then like a lot of the expat gigs, there's good expat gigs all over, which is a mixture of locals who are cool. And but then there's of course the bad ones, like fucking Dubai. And then, those you go to Dubai and then they go, wow, you didn't seem like you knew what you were doing. Anyways, it's funny that's my main problem with them. Is that they didn't like my kamini. But then there's bizarre places where they do these gigs and every single act that goes there dies on their fucking hole. And everyone comes back and they go, that was fucking appalling. And then you still go, yeah, I'll do it.
There are certain times in your life when someone calls you up and says, would you like to do a gig in a certain place? And sometimes they're really weird, and sometimes you go, there's no way I'm going there. And then every now and then someone says, Carol's running a gig. I don't know if you know, it's Carol who's been up here has been running shows in Paris for like 10 years, and these Milan gigs, and they're the one show that when they come up, every comedian in the world goes.
I got lost. It was Carol's fault, because he even drew me a map, and he told me to come out and do a left. But really he meant to right, because he's old and he's losing his mind. And so I went for miles. I've seen the whole of Paris this evening. And then I got in a taxi, he got lost. He didn't know where to come. I couldn't remember I left my phone in the apartment and I couldn't remember what floor Carol was on. So I had to run up all the floors to try and find the apartment, and I just thought, I'm never gonna make it.
Love Carol. I've been drunk as a bitch on the back of his scooter, fucking driving around Paris. That's how I want to die, man. It's like the white trash version of the Princess Diana story. I went out on a scooter in Paris.
What a wild ride I had over here tonight. My wife and I came over from our hotel, and we get in a cab, and it was a very nice little Arab lady in a scarf. And she gets to this neighborhood, and apparently there's a one-way system that's unbelievably complicated. My French is awful, so my understanding of what she was on about was a little bit diffuse. At one point I understood she was like, well, I have to go left and then left and then left and then left. So we made this gigantic circle around this neighborhood for a while. And finally my wife says in French to her, ce soir un spectacle, her French is better than mine. Great Proops, blah, blah, blah. And she says, oh, in French, is he an actor? And she's like, no, he's a comedian. She's like, oh, a comedian. And then, because my wife Jennifer says, we're gonna be late, she fucking backed down an entire street that curved, so there was no fucking way of seeing who was coming at all. And we all turned this way and went like, ah! And then we had our own like little 2x4 horror movie behind us of shooting backwards down this street in Paris, and all of us just burst out fucking laughing. And I think that was my favorite part. The phone rang for her while we were going down the street backward, and she answered it and stuck it in her scarf, and it just stayed there. We got to the end of the street, and here comes a million cars, right? They're like, we'd like to turn à droite. And she fucking gets out of the cab and like, back up, because I need to take this guy to this gig. And they all back up, and then she fucking hit the car behind us, and then just took off, and it was awesome.
I like Paris, what I've seen of it. I was sitting having a coffee out there, and I saw somebody reverse at about 50 miles an hour for 200 yards to get to the end of the run, alongside a cyclist. If I had been that cyclist, I'd have been kicking fuck out of that car door. But there doesn't seem to be that much anger.
Carol lost my fucking ticket, didn't send for me. I took that as a fucking compliment, man. He was so excited about me coming that, he was making arrangements about where I was gonna stay and what kind of food I was gonna eat, that he forgot the ticket, man. Tell everything's a compliment, baby. You gotta tell everything's a compliment, man.
Oh yeah, the man made you move your clocks ahead, didn't he? Yeah, you guys are paying time. Not me, I'm a time traveler. I just jumped ahead an hour in about 35 seconds when old Carol was on the phone. It's funny, he was really cool and like jazz band leader, laid back about it. He's going, good. I was going to come down at about 8:30. It's 10 to 9. Oh, right, the old time thing. We're both trying to out-cool each other. He's going, maybe you should, maybe, I don't know, maybe call a taxi. Yeah, I think I'll probably call a cab. It's probably quicker than if I walked. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think so too. So I get in the fucking cab and he goes, you know, my French is not as good as it once was. And I think he said, and I assumed he meant, where do you want to go? And I'm going, what? That fucking guy didn't tell you? And he went. In his head, that guy just said to me, blah, 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 blah. But we knew what we meant, so. Luckily, there was some advertisements for the show in the window, so we just did a little pointing, go to that, we both had to get out and get a, all right. That's the one. So, you know, hey, we're here, so that's fine. In Paris's oldest music hall, hey? Bet it's seen some gigs. As weird as this.
Underneath the streets of Paris at the salubrious La Java, an amazing jazz club, and I just want to say tonight, this one's for P-Off. I've been suffering a lot because of a childhood illness. I'm joking, of course, but...
Maybe not. Listen, I'm very glad to be here in Paris, and this is obviously the best part of it. It's beautiful, just as beautiful as I imagined, and so romantic. I like nothing more than watching Tunisians smoke bagpipes. It's a lovely thing. What the fuck is in them? They just sit there going, and keep on walking.
What's the story with the fucking apple tobacco upstairs? What are they like?
Are those naughty drug pipes?
You come in and you think, oh man, bars, fucking cool, look at them big fucking hash pipes. Wow. I want to live here. There's a fucking mental. What are these? Apples? What the fuck?
Now, you could mean one of two things there. Either A, you know, I'm a drug dealer, or B, I make minor alterations to previously innocent smoking paraphernalia to make them naughty drug pipes.
Smoking apples, you're fucking mental.
Are those pipes just for smoking generally? And is it all sort of like fruit flavours and herb flavours, or is it like, you know, steak? You know, baked Alaska. I'm a big fan of baked Alaska. I'd start smoking if you could taste like baked Alaska.
It's great to be here. In the dank, dark basement underneath the weird Al-Qaeda hash bar upstairs. It's fantastic, it really is. It's nice to visit the places that everything gets thought out, you know what I mean? You don't normally get to the strategic command post that easily. And the cab pulled up and there were guys sitting out there and they were saying, destruction of Western society, d'accord, d'accord. And I thought, this is awesome. I didn't know it was here, you know what I mean? I said Tom de Faubourg, I didn't realize it was the fucking Bin Laden, you know, mail away cake of the month, bazooka, red eye rocket of the month club outlet here. It's the terrorism outlet mall here underneath the